Freedom and beauty to everyone, I am the Technomage and welcome to Manganime News. This video is not going to have news per se because I'm going to focus this video entirely on the new anime season Winter 2023 and all the series that will begin transmission. Transmission will begin transmission this month. So let's get to it. It is a quite long list. So first of all, Vinland Saga Season 2. Yes! Finally! A new millennium begins in the southern part of the Jutland Peninsula in Denmark. Thorfinn was bought by the landowner Ketil as a slave and engaged in land reclamation work on his farm. Thorfinn meets a young man there, Einar, who was also a slave like him. The encounter of Einar led Thorfinn to face the sins he had committed and began to find meaning in life. On the other hand, Canute, who became the King of England, attempted to extend his territory for the establishment of the Promised Land. This is the story of a true warrior saga, the story of atonement and salvation that lies beyond the prologue. Oh, so Season 1 was just the prologue? Seriously? Wow! So yes, finally Vinland Saga Season 2. Yes! Mao Gakuin no Futeki Gosha Shiyo Saikyo no Mao no Shiso Tensei Shite Shison Tachi no Gakoe Kayo 2. Second season of Mao Gakuin no all that. I didn't saw Season 1, so I don't know this series. But just looking at this poster, one male character, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 female characters. And it says reincarnation, so Isekai and Harem, no thank you. Ijirenai de Nagatoro-san, second attack. A girl in a lower grade just made me cry. One day, Senpai visits the library after school and becomes the target of a super sadistic junior. The name of the girl who teases, torments, and tantalizes Senpai is Nagatoro. She's annoying yet adorable. It's painful, but you still want to be by her side. This is a story about an extremely sadistic and temperamental girl, and you'll feel something awakening inside you. Yes, romantic teenager comedies, I don't like them, but I know that Nagatoro was an immediate success. It was really popular when Season 1 came out, so Nagatoro-san fans rejoice. On January 8th of this year begins. That's 8. That's this Sunday. This Sunday begins Nagatoro-san Season 2. Rejoice! Tokyo Revengers Seiya Kesenhen, second season of Tokyo Revengers. Again, the same with Nagatoro. I didn't saw this one, but I know it was really popular. And it begins on Sunday, just like Nagatoro. Nice! Wait, Vinland Saga 10th. Why this one has to start later? Anyway, it starts next week. Good for me. Now, Bungo Stray Dogs 4th season. The 4th season of the Bungo Stray Dogs franchise. Adult cast, organized crime, and superpowers. And I think it also has supernatural powers as well. Itai no wa iya nanode Bogyoryoku ni Gyokufuri shita no omoimasu. Second season of Itai no wa. Episode 1 was streamed in advance on September 17th, 2022 on the Kadokawa YouTube channel. Regular broadcastings began on January 11th. No, regular broadcasting will begin on January 11th, 2023. So, second season of a series that I also haven't seen is based on a video game. Nier Automata Va Ichi and Ichie. I think that's how I'm supposed to pronounce this part. Or version 1.1a, the anime adaptation of the successful video game Nier Automata. I'm really looking forward for this one. I really want, and I already know that the original voice actors of the video game will reprise their roles for the anime. Please tell me that the anime series will also have the same soundtrack than the video game. That soundtrack was perfect. It was perfection. Please, please, please. Kyoko Suiri Season 2. Second season of Kyoko Suiri. The story of the... I think that, yes, this girl is an exorcist of sorts, and she's missing one eye and one leg, if I remember correctly, and she's stalking her ex-boyfriend. Tomo-chan wa onna no ko. Tomo Aizawa and Yuinichiro Jun Kubota are the tightest bros you would ever see. They roughhouse and spar, but through thick and thin, they've got each other's back. Yet there's just one small problem. Tomo is in love with Jun. Since she was young, tomboyish Tomo has been just another one of the guys. Due to his extreme muscle brain nature, Jun doesn't notice any of her advances, not even when she explicitly confesses. Sorry about that. To add insult to injury, for the longest time he didn't even realize that she was a girl. Tomo-chan wa onna no ko follows the comedic hijinks of Tomo and her friends as she tries to catch Jun's eye and escape the infamous bro zone. Oh, that's even worse than the friend zone. O sea, this guy doesn't even have you in the friend zone, he has you in the bro zone. Damn! Bloody hell, poor lass. But it is a school romantic comedy of teenagers, so no thank you. Otonari no tenshi-sama ni itsu no manika dame ningen ni sareteita ken. After catch another romantic comedy. After catching a cold by giving his only umbrella to a girl sitting in the rain, Amene Fujimiya only expects her to eventually return it. However, Mahiru Shina, the angel of Amane's school and his neighbor, instead gives him a lot more than that. Instead of just the umbrella, she insists on returning the favor by helping him recover from his cold. However, she is oblivious to the battlefield that is Amane's apartment. The only word Mahiro finds from her mouth to describe the chaos is unsightly. Ah, that's mean. But despite her unsympathetic description, Mahiru proceeds to help the hopeless Amane. Otonari no Tenshi-sama, etc. follows Amane as he is taken care of by Mahiru, who attends to various chores, from cleaning his apartment to cooking dinner. Is there anything that the angel cannot do? No, thank you. Yes, there's something she can do. Catch my attention. Donjon ni Deai wo Motomeru no wa. It's Danmachi. Second part of Danmachi, Season 4. Ah, yes, I remember. This is one of the first anime series that I've seen that it has one season divided in two parts. So, in January... Tomorrow! Yes! Tomorrow! We finally will get the second part of Season 4 of Danmachi. Finally! After the cliffhanger they gave us in last season. I mean, in the first part, at the end of the first part. Bloody hell! After Spy Kyoshitsu, after a gruesome war, wreaked havoc on the general populace, the governments of the world turned to a more elusive tactic to further their agendas, a war fought in the shadows. Lily, a beautiful girl with white locks, is a student in one of the many institutions that train youth into becoming capable spies. Unfortunately, despite scoring well in the written exams, she only manages to barely pass her practicals, with no real world skills. to speak of. Her hopes of graduating are dismal, until she is offered an opportunity to join the mysterious team Tomo-shibi and partake in an impossible mission. Ha! Impossible. Excited by the prospect of working with the elite, Lily enthusiastically accepts. However, she is struck dumb when she arrives at Kagero Palace and the true purpose of Tomo-shibi and its hopeless situation comes into light. Joined by other problematic female spies along with a mysterious young man spearheading the operation, Lily realizes that this is not the ideal escapade she had pictured. Like novel harem. No! No harems. No. Kubo-san wa mov wo yurusanai. Kubo-san won't let me be invisible. Yes, I remember this one from all of my Shonen Jump news videos. This is another high school comedy romance teenager. No, oh, but it's a seinen here. I don't care. It's still school romance. No, thank you. High school student Junta Shiraishi has a simple goal: to live a fulfilling youth. However, achieving this goal appears to be harder than expected, as everyone in his surroundings often fails to notice him due to his lack of presence. In fact, Shiraishi's lack of presence is so severe that people think his seat in class is always empty, and mistakenly assume that he often skips school. There is even a weird rumor spreading around in class, claiming that those who successfully spot Shiraishi will be blessed with good fortune for the day. So far, the only person who notices his existence is Nagisa Kubo, the girl seated next to him. Unfortunately for him, though, Kubo likes to tease him on a daily basis and often puts him into unprecedented and nerve-wracking situations. However, as Kubo's playful antics continue to involve the reluctant Shiraishi, he may soon discover that his youth may not be as boring as he initially thought. So this is Nagatoro-san mixed with Tonari no Seki-kun? No, thank you. Kamitashi ni Hirowareta Otoko, second season of Kamitashi ni Hirowareta Otoko. Yes, I think I remember this one. Is a boy that becomes a beast tamer, but only trains slimes. I think Isekai, Iyashikei, reincarnation. Yes, I think I know this one. Kori Sokusei Danchi to Kuru na Doryo Yoshi. Comedy, fantasy, and romance. Himuro is an office worker who belongs to a race of supernatural beings with strange powers. However, he is in deep concentration. Whenever he is in deep concentration, he subconsciously plunges his poor co-worker into a close rendition of the Arctic. Even so, contrary to his icy powers, Himuro is a warm and kind person. He likes flowers and cats, but alas, he cannot get too close to either. Himuro has a soft spot for his colleague Fuyutsuki, a calm woman who has a knack for providing simple solutions to his unconventional problems. Whenever Fuyutsuki does something for him, a snowstorm of emotions builds inside Himuro's heart, and he fails to notice the raging snowstorm he causes on the office floor. Thanks to his snowy tantrums, Himuro's feelings are apparent to everyone but Fuyutsuki. However, fueled by immense adoration and desire, Himuro is prepared to do whatever it takes to capture her heart. A cast workplace, but still comedy and romance. Ugh. Ningen Fushin no Boken Chatashi ga Sekai wo Sukuu yo desu. The story begins with Nick, an experienced adventurer whose party is led by his mentor and father figure, Argos. Following the completion of their latest job, Nick discovers a chunk of the money has gone missing and realizes one of the party members is the culprit. To his surprise, Argus forgives the member and instead expels Nick after being accused of also embezzling funds. One night, after several weeks in a downward spiral, Nick ends up in a local tavern where fate leads him to meet three fellow adventurers. After a night of drinking, the four bond over their own betrayals and their destroyed ability to trust anyone. This is when Nick hatches on the idea for the four to form a party. Thus, the story begins with the party of adventurers united in their belief that humans are bastards and desire to make some honest coin. Interesting. I will give it a shot. Or they say, he meets what? Meeting three fellow adventurers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I count 5 here. Well, we'll see. Maybe this is his original party. Inu ni nattara suki na hito ni hirowareta. They say every dog has his day. That's especially true for our protagonist, who was just turned into a dog and now lives every day under the care of his crush, Inukai-san. She happily dotes on her new companion, and while he wants to return to human form someday, there's something wonderful about being cared for by the person he loves. Oh, that's pathetic. No. And it's comedy? Ecchi? Oh, hell no! Bloody hell no! Trigun Stampede. Oh, new anime project for Trigun. I talk about this one. It will be in CGI, and they change the designs of all the characters, especially Bash Stampede, the protagonist. I plan to watch this one, but I don't know what to think. I'll just wait. January 7th, so that's in Saturday. Shinkanomi, Shiranai Uchi ni Kachigumi Jinsei, second season of Shinkanomi. I didn't saw. Ah, yes. This is the one about evolution. He controls evolution, and he has this pink furred gorilla that he made evolve into a very attractive human female. Isekai non Biri no Ka fantasy. Having died of sickness at the age of 39, Machio Hiraku is given the opportunity to go to another world. When asked what his wish is by God intending to give him strength, he requests to have a healthy body. Offered a second wish, he chooses to live peacefully. A third wish to be able to know the local language, and a final wish to be able to be a farmer. So it's fantasy, it's isekai, and harem? Nope. Japan, enough with isekai harems. Alright, stop it. This trend has gone for long enough. It is fried, it is deep fried, it is born. Stop it. Please just create the next overfried trend, and let's be done with the isekai harems with overpowered protagonist. Please. Ayuo. Bu wo kiwameru tame tenseisu soshite sekai saikyo no miranai kishi. Onna. From his deathbed, Hiro King Inglis, the divine knight and master of all he surveys, gazes down on the empire he built with his mighty hand. Having devoted his life to statecraft and his subjects' well-being, his one unfulfilled wish is to live again, for himself this time. A warrior's life he had devoted himself to before his right to power. His patron goddess, Alistia, hears his plea and smiles upon him, flinging his soul into the far future. Goddesses work in mysterious ways. Not only is Inglis now the daughter of a minor noble family, but her first coming of age ceremony at 6, she is found eligible to begin her knighthood. However, for a lady of English ambition, this is less a setback and more the challenge she was reborn to overcome. It's not the blood that runs through my veins that makes a knight. Knight, it's the blood you shed on the battlefield. The curtain rises on the legend of an extraordinary lady squire reborn to master the blade. Oh, so this is a reincarnation, but in the same world. Interesting, but no. No, thank you. Onishan wa Oshimai. Mahiro Oyama was just a normal erotic game loving dude until he woke up one morning as a woman. Turns out his mad scientist little sister, Mihari, tried one of her new experiments on him with a disastrous outcome as far as Mahiro's concerned, but Mihari is as determined to study him as he is determined to go back to his shut-in game playing life. And one thing's for sure, life is going to get a whole lot weirder from here on out. Magical Sex Ship School CGDCT? What is this? Keion, Lucky Star, Sorani. I don't know what this means. Whatever, I'm not going to say it. Tensei Ojo to Tensai Reiju no Maho Kakumei. Despite her supposed ineptitude with regular magic, Princess Anisfia defies the aristocracy's expectations by developing magicology, a unique magical theory based on memories from her past life. One day she witnesses the brilliant noblewoman Euphilia unjustly stripped of her title as the kingdom's next monarch. That's when Anisfia concocts a plan to help Euphilia regain her good name, which somehow involves them living together and researching magic. Little do these two ladies know, however, that their chance encounter will alter not only their own futures but those of the kingdom and the entire world. Another reincarnation? Yeah, no. That's the other one. Reincarnation, second chances. Japan, stop! Please, new trend, now! Tsundere akuyaku reiju riserotte to jikyu no endoku to kaisetsu no Kobayashi-san. On the outside, Otome villainess Liselot seems foul in every way, a purely evil character. However, as revealed in her diary, she was always hiding both her pain and her true feelings for Prince Sigurd. While she keeps this locked away, an evil witch ultimately possesses her, leading to her demise, a tragic end for the tsundere villainess. This is how the story always goes, an end coded into the game Magikoi. Broadcasting Club members Aoto Endo and Shihono Kobayashi decide to play this game. In another universe, Prince Sigurd hears their voices, believing it to be a divine revelation from a god and goddess. These voices clue him into something he never notices before. Liselot is actually overwhelmingly adorable. There are no resets in this game, and just one chance to change the future for the ill-fated villainess. In years to come, these two entities who would guide the country to prosperity and greatness will be known as play-by-play Endo and color commentator Kobayashi. So, more comedy, romance comedy, fantasy. No! Body Daddy? What? Body Daddies? Assassins Kazuki Kurusu and Rei Suwa meet Miri, a girl looking for her father. On Christmas Day, Kazuki, Rei, and Miri unexpectedly end up living together. Somebody please call the police. Follows Kazuki Kurusu, a criminal contractor slash coordinator who lives with his best friend Rei Suwa, a professional assassin who has been raised from childhood to be a contract killer. Kazuki is outgoing and loves gambling and women, while Rei is a man of few words who spends his off time playing video games. One day, the two buddies end up caring for Miri Unasaka, a 4-year-old girl whose father is a mafia boss, after Miri accidentally wanders into a firefight in a hotel while looking for her father. Shall her organized crime? I've seen this kind of premise before in American sitcoms. I mean, two despair. I mean, this is Two and a Half Men, practically. Yeah, no. And by the way, this plot reeks of the stench of 12 episodes anime. Yeah, no. Ben Riya Saito-san Isekai ni Iku. Saito is an ordinary handyman that gets transported to another world where his skills are very useful. He starts to really understand what it means to be needed. Source for manga isekai. I mean, it's comedy. It's isekai, but it's just comedy. Maybe it won't take itself too seriously, but yet I kind of want to see it. And in the other hand, I am sick and tired of isekai. Saikyo Onmyoji no Isekai Tenseiki. What did I just say? After the betrayal of his companions, Haruyoshi, the strongest divina, was on the verge of dying. Hoping to be happy in the next life, he attempted the secret reincarnation technique and was sent to a different world. Born into a family of magicians, the magic he didn't inherit paled in comparison to his previous abilities as an onmyoji. Who needs magic? I'll survive in this world with my old techniques. So wait, what? Born into a family of magicians, the magic he didn't inherit paled in comparison. So he's still Isekai reincarnation, overpowered protagonist. Oh, can I has a new type of anime series, please? Hyoken no Mayutsushi ga Sekai wo Suberu. Everyone knows of the most powerful soldier, the Ice Blade Magician, who led the country to victory 3 years ago, but few know his true name, Ray White. After weathering through a bloody war, Ray enrolls at Arnold Academy, ready to experience a normal life, a luxury he never had. To further this goal, he keeps his identity as the Ice Blade Magician a secret, the scars of the past still haunting him to this very day. Despite being ostracized for being a commoner, Ray befriends the prideful yet kind Amelia Rose, the muscle-brained Evie Armstrong, and the shy, the muscle-brained Armstrong. So much creativity, and the shy and bookish Elisa. However, conspiracy is lurking in the academy walls, and Ray is tasked with hunting down a spy whose motives remain unclear. To protect his newfound friends and the people he holds dear, Ray will do whatever it takes, even if it means confronting his past. And we have one male character and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 female protagonists. Female characters. No. No. Ayakashi Triangle. This is another one from the Shonen Jump. Ecchi, supernatural romance comedy. Alright. Matsuri Kazamaki and Susu Kanade are childhood friends, bonded by their shared ability to see Ayakashi, yokai in search of a life force to devour. However, in high school, their relationship deteriorates. As Susu's one-sided feelings are growing, so is the difference in their Ayakashi views. Matsuri considers all Ayakashi a threat to his friends, while Suzu is an Ayakashi medium, someone who exudes a significant amount of life force compared to the average human and loves them all despite the risk. When the two stumble upon a talking white cat named Shirogane, they are unaware that it is a 400-year-old Ayakashi known as the King of Ayakashi. He is hell-bent on gaining even more power by devouring Suzu, but as Matsuri swoops in to try and save her by sealing Shirogane's power, the Ayakashi uses a jutsu to turn him into a girl instead. Wait, what? Matsuri vows to protect Suzu from further harm, as her best friend, but he must learn how to act like a girl until his grandfather, a famous wind jutsu exorcist ninja, can undo the jutsu. Meanwhile, Suzu must work out her romantic feelings for Matsuri now that he is no longer a boy, but when Matsuri takes the king as his pet, the future of the two friends remain uncertain. Ranma and half match. Donde must kill the Isekai Horomeshi, another one gourmet fantasy comedy adventure. Along with three other heroes, 27-year-old Mikoda Tsuyoshi is transported into a fantasy world to rescue a kingdom from a mysterious threat. However, it soon becomes clear that Tsuyoshi has been dragged into the summoning ritual by accident. His only skills turn out to be food menu, which allows him to open an interface where he can purchase and obtain food-related supermarket items from modern Japan. Unceremoniously booted out of the palace, Tsuyoshi set out on his own into his new world. However, his ability to create delicious dishes unknown to this world soon pays dividends, even attracting the legendary wolf Fenrir. Fenrir is so taken in by the food that the creature immediately forms a contract with Tsuyoshi, becoming his familiar. Followed by this whimsical mystical being, Tsuyoshi takes up a job as a merchant and adventurer, traveling and cooking up mouth-watering meals that never fail to amaze the inhabitants of this world. So it is a lighter, more comedic version of Shield Hero. Now, not only we are refrying an already refrying trend, we are refrying a plot. Great! Kaiko sareta Ankoku Heishi Sanjudai no Slow na Second Life. Fantasy light novel. The Dark Soldier, Dariel, 30 years old, who can't use magic despite being in the Demon Lord's army, was fired for his lack of capacity. Having been raised by the previous Demon Lord himself, he finds that his adopted brother, the new Demon Lord, has little use for him. However, after rescuing a village girl from a forest monster, Dariel is invited into her village and starts realizing that he may be considerably more powerful than what he thought. Yeah, no, this one as well reeks of the 12 episode syndrome, so no. Oyukumi no Kaina, a world blanket by an endless and ever-growing ocean of snow. The people eke out a living, either huddled around the roots of enormous trees dotting the surface, or as high in the canopy, which spreads over the planet's atmosphere. A chance meeting between Kaina, a youth from the canopy, and Liliha, a young woman from the surface, sets off a chain of events that will change the fate of the world. Alright, kind of post-apocalyptic world. I like those kind of stories. Tsurune Tsunagari no Isha, protagonist Minato Narumiya, has reignited his passion for Kyoto, the Japanese martial art of archery. Along with his friends in the school Kyoto Club, he returns for an all-new second season and feature-length film of Kyoto Animation's beloved Tsurune. So it's a second season and film. I didn't know there was a first season of this series. Revenger. As Master Assassin Isui Yuen looks into a series of assassinations made on the Grand Samurai clan, the Satsuma, he encounters Kurima Araizo, member of survivor of one of the attacks. Together, they discover the true nature of these murders is bigger than over stolen resources. As they get closer to the truth, they will come out alive to exact revenge. Interesting. Yogo ni sonaete isekai de Echimanmai no Kinka wo Tamesasu fantasy light novel isekai. Ugh. One day, Mitsuha falls off a cliff and is transported to a medieval Europe-type world. After a near-death encounter with a pack of wolves, she then realizes that she is able to transport between two worlds, this one and her own. Taking advantage of this ability, Mitsuha decides to live in both worlds and calculates that she'll need 80,000 gold coins to be able to retire. Mitsuha now has to come up with different ways to collect her gold coins. Interesting, but again, isekai with overpowered protagonist. Kyuketsuki Sugu Shinu 2, second season of Kyuketsuki Sugu Shinu. Oh yeah, the one about the vampire living with the vampire slayer. Again, this pair couple. Monogatari. Tsukumogami, spirits of or Marebito, can possess objects of considerable age and gain a physical form. Although he is part of the Saenome clan that is in charge of peacefully sending them back to their own world, Hyoma Kunato despises them because one took away what was very precious to him. In order to cure him of his loathing, Hyoma's grandfather sends him to live with Botan Nagatsuki, a girl who is the master of 6 friendly Tsukumogami and lives with them as a family. Yeah, no. Hikari no takes place in the aftermath of humanity's last war. The world is enveloped in a black forest and people have become infected with a pathogen that causes them to burst into flame in the presence of natural fire. The only safe source of fire can be obtained by hunting black beasts, flame spirits, which reside deep in the forest. Among the fire hunters, rumor of the king of fire hunters began spreading recently, an individual who would be able to harvest the man-made star, the Millennium Comet, that once wandered the void. The story revolves around Toko, a village-raised girl, and Koshi, a former student in the capital. The encounter between the two, who were not supposed to cross paths, will change the fate of the world. I like post-apocalyptic stories. I'll watch this one. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. After her mother passes away and decides to become a silver sugar master like her mother, a highly regarded occupation in the country of Highland, where very few masters of the craft exist, and leaves for the town of Lewistown, where the royal family holds a sugar sculptor festival. To become a silver sugar master, she has to win the top spot and receive a royal medal. In this world, humans treat fairies as slaves and take one of their wings to control them, and reluctantly buys a fairy named Shal to be a bodyguard on her way to Lewistown, and is torn between setting Shal free but needing a bodyguard on the dangerous roads to the festival. Interesting, but fantasy romance? No romance for the Techno Age. Yes, I am that embittered. I am that bitter. Ars no Kyoju. The great beasts created the land, but humans stole it. Angered, the beasts began eating humans, who in turn called upon the gods to fight the beasts. In the age of the sword, heroes and mythology, giant beasts are hunted by humans for profit. Jiro, who makes his living hunting beasts, encounters Kumi, who is being chased by someone and in that moment decides to save her. As rumors spread regarding humanity and mysterious experiments, together they seek to discover the world's secrets. Adventure fantasy action, yeah, but still, this plot again reeks of the 12 episodes. Yes, it says 12 episodes. No, thank you. The Legend of Heroes, Sen no Kiseki, Northern World, Septian calendar year, 1205. This is theme military source A game. Semuri, no. Lavi was born in North Umbria, the poorest region of in the northwestern Semuria. She enlists in the Northern Jaegers, the largest in the continent, to protect her hometown and distinguish herself from her grandfather Vlad, who was once a hero but betrayed North Umbria. Her devotion to her mission often earns her violations of regulations, and one day she is ordered to assemble a platoon with Martin, Iseria, and Talion for an impossible spy mission to Erebonia to gather information on the Imperial Hero, a mysterious threat to North Umbria. Each episode was streamed 2 days in advance of the TV broadcast, starting on advance. Regular broadcasting began on January 8. Interesting. I may give, if it has good reviews, I may give it a chance. Maybe. No Tachi no Yoru. Wisteria is an orphan girl living in a corner of the British Empire at the end of the 19th century. Her life is desolate and bleak until she encounters Marvas, a powerful but equally lonely immortal being with a furry appearance, haunted by hunters. Together with Wisteria and Marvas roam the Empire, populated by humans and human-like beasts in search of a place where they can live together in peace. Anthropomorphic historical shonen. No, thank you. Pokemon Mesase Pokemon Master. Final story featuring Satoshi and Pikachu to conclude Pokemon 2019. Ooh, the end of an era. Finally, Ash will grow up a couple of inches because his story will finally be allowed to end and he will be allowed to age. Mo Ippon, after one last tournament and an embarrassing loss in the final round, Michi decides to call it quits on the sport of judo. It's a martial art, not a sport. Between high school social activities and entrance exams, she'll have no time to compete in the martial art she loves most. But putting aside old hobbies is a normal part of growing up. Still, the love of judo lingers, and it comes back full force when she meets her new classmate Towa, the girl who bested Michi in her final match. Towa wants to form a judo club at their school, but she'll need new members to get it up running. United by the love of judo, they will throw in their passions into the ring together and score Ippon again. The typical story about the club that either already exists or doesn't exist, but you have to but they need new members or the club will be disbanded, blah 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 blah. Yeah, no thank you. Mayutsushi Orphan Haguretabi Urbanerama Hen. Third season of Mayutsushi Orphan Haguretabi. I have a doubt about this one because I watched Orphan many years ago. And this Mayutsushi Tabi, is this one the original series or? Yes, I think this is the original one. Oh, sorry, it's the third season of this series. Good, because the second season of Orphan was awful. It was rubbish. So yes, I am definitely watching this one. Technoroid Overmind. Technoroid Overmind is set in the entertainment tower Babel, a new hope found by those who have lost the joy of light as humanity's activities are restricted due to the large-scale climate change caused by the expanded sun. The anime depicts unique units and characters fighting for the top of Babel, pursuing emotions that move people and androids through performances. So what, is this kind of Tower of God? Yeah, no thank you. Nijijon Animation, short anime based on the on the Young Koma series illustrating the daily lives of the Nijigasaki High School Idol Club's members. Oh, and it's also Idol Clubs? No, Idols? No, thank you. D4 DJ All Mix, second season of DJ D4 DJ. Boku to Roboko, and this is one of the big ones from the Shonen Jump. Robotic order mates are popping up in every household, and 10-year-old Bondo Taira has found out that his two closest friends, Motsuo and Gachi Gorira. Wait, what? Gachi Gorira? What? Who are these? The guys from the lads from Doraemon? Have order mates too. Motsuo, in particular, owns Meiko, a beautiful robot that gives excellent massages and serves drinks with a smile. Jealous of his friend, Bondo convinces his mother to get him an order maid, hoping for a similar experience. However, to Bondo's surprise, the maid that appears outside his door is incredibly muscular and clumsy enough to destroy a house when completing simple chores. Going by the name Roboko, this new robot is the exact opposite of what Bondo wanted, but despite that, Bondo, together with his friends, learns that there is more to Roboko than they could ever expect. Yeah, no. This is Doraemon. All over again. As simple as that. Flaglia. Natsuyasumi no Monogatari. Iko, a third grader, lives with his four older brothers in an old house in Tateyama. Iko's family has no parents, and according to his older brothers, their mother works in Tokyo. Despite being a bit eccentric, Iko loves his brothers, who take good care of him, but they have a secret. They are wizards who live almost forever. The story unfolds of a family's summer vacation in a seaside town, happily living together while being caught up in the world of wizards. No. Unite Up, no synopsis yet. Idol Mail, no thank you. Cardfight Vanguard, Will Plus Dress Season 2. Another second season of another fight in the long-lived franchise of Cardfight Vanguard. Hirogaru Sky Precure, no synopsis yet. Another new series for the long-lived Precure franchise. KJ File second season, sequel to KJ File. I don't remember this one. And those are the new series. What follows is the ones that are still in transmission, which I will not go through because there's no need. So yes, there is the series for this season, which will be January, February, and March, if I am not mistaken, because there's 4 seasons and each season takes 3 months because the year has 12 months, so simple math. So yes, those are the new series for this season. This is the Technomage signing off. Thank you for watching. I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.